friends. Welcome to the very first episode of the Wichmann and Co. podcast. I am your host, Cecilia Wichmann, entrepreneur, speaker, passionate idea juggler, and proud small town dreamer. And today I want to share the why behind this podcast, this brand, and this bold step I'm taking. Because here's the thing, I didn't just wake up one day and say, I want to start a podcast. Okay, actually, well, I kind of did wake up and say that, but it has been brewing for quite a while. Because at the heart of everything I do, whether it's in business, sports, school, or side hustle, I've always wanted to help people do more, do better, and live bolder. You only live once, you know. I believe that we all have a message, a story, or a dream that kind of like the world needs to hear. And too many people keep theirs quiet because they don't feel good enough, big enough, polished enough, whatever reason they have, maybe ready enough to do it. So this podcast is here to flip the script on that. Every other week, you'll get episodes filled with stories, strategies, inspiration, and bold truth from entrepreneurs, dreamers, doers, speakers, artists, and whoever creative from all over the world. There are no limitations here. Some are just starting out, some are seasoned pros, but all of them have something to say. And I want you to hear it. Because if you can learn something from life, changing while folding laundry, driving your day, I don't know what you're doing while you're listening to the podcast, it's powerful. So this podcast isn't just about business. It's about bravery. It's about becoming the kind of person who shows up, speaks up, and stands out. A little bit about me and my wild legacy because it's far from normal, if anything is normal. Now, if this is your first time hearing my voice, hi again. I'm Cecilia. I'm actually born in Miami, Florida, but I moved to Sweden when I was an infant, 9 months. Not really like I could say, I don't want to marry. And now I live in East Texas since 17 years, working as an EMT and a 911 dispatcher while building this dream. I come from a crazy inspirational family. So the whole create something from nothing mindset, that's literally my DNA. My grandfather, Östen Nilsson, was an inventor and entrepreneur. So I got it from there. He was actually the one who invented the machine that presses the vinyl records. He owned a company in Sweden called Tulex Alpha. So if you're a music lover or into records, anything like that, that's a pretty cool little piece of history right there. And if you go to our website, I will post some old pictures I found from Swedish newspapers in the show notes. Then there's my grandmother, Maj-Lis Wichmann, an international opera singer who graced some of the biggest theaters in Europe, including Royal Opera House in Copenhagen. So yeah, being on stage, being loud, that came naturally. She put me through training since I could walk and talk. But let me tell you about the real legend in my life, my mom, Pia Wichmann. This woman was the definition of unstoppable. She could renovate a kitchen over the weekend, sew a full costume for a performance, throw together a massive event like it was nothing, and still somehow make time to take care of everyone else around her. She was the woman who could color her hair any color and still fly with it because that was her personality. And she didn't even like looking like she wanted to try to look young or anything like that. It just fitted her. But she didn't just tell me to go for my dreams. She showed me how. And when I say I come from a line of doers, I mean it. And now it's my turn. I started my first business at the age of 19, right there in the Swedish equestrian world. Horses, sweat, mud, snow, and dreams. That was my starting line. Since then, I have always at least had one business running, usually more. My brain is always buzzing. I got sticky notes, phone notes, notebooks, and a whiteboard all going at the same time. That's just me. If you know me, you know I am a project person. I love projects. And that's just how I'm wired. If you're listening to this podcast, maybe you are wired that way too. You've got ideas, big ones, maybe scary ones, maybe ones that feel out of reach. But that's why we're here to build the bridge between where you are and where you know you're meant to be. Now, I didn't want this show to be all about me because the Wichmann and Co podcast isn't about my voice. It's about all of ours and yours. So you'll be hearing from entrepreneurs and storytellers from all over the world. I've already got a few amazing guest episodes in the work, including the one that's coming up next week with Heather Hansen at Hansen Lender. You'll get a sneak peek of all that during next week, so make sure you're following us on social media. And if you're sitting there now thinking, well, I'm not fancy enough to be a guest on a podcast, stop right there. Stop. Because if you got a story, a lesson, or a dream worth sharing, I want to hear from you. So it's easy. Just head to wickmanandco.com and fill out the guest form. Our website is newly revamped and you can find it under contact. And that's it. I want to feature real people doing bold things because I believe the world needs more voices like yours. The world needs more positivity. We can all agree about that. If you made it this far, thank you. Like, really, thank you for showing up, for listening, and for being a part of this brand, this new beginning with me. This is a big step for Wichmann and Co. And having you here for the first episode means more than you know. I hope this show makes you feel inspired. I hope it gives you clarity. But most of all, I hope it reminds you that you are capable of far more than you let yourself believe. So follow the podcast wherever you're listening, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, you name it. And follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Threads, and X. We're everywhere. And you can find us everywhere under the handle Wichmann and Co. All spelled out. And Wichmann is Wichmann. And then it's ANDCO. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, send it their way. Let's grow this thing together. Because this is only the beginning. Episode 2 is coming August 7th, and trust me, it's gonna be good. And until then, speak up, show up, take the next bold step, and I'll see you soon.